Yeah, now let's just jump into this. Decent frame here, so yeah. Just gonna pretty much, just like I rendered these out, render out these two down here. I'll definitely use some of the color brushes though, instead of just black ink. Like I'll start with black, but I kind of want to do his little cape thing with the green marker, since it's I don't know, kind of thinking of it as like seaweed, like threaded together seaweed. Yeah, I just wanted to get the threading of this kind of captured before I go and lay in the actual fade of this stuff. But let me. What happens if I use like the navy marker instead of a black marker? You know what I mean? Like I wonder how much softer like these are gonna turn out, even if I'm using dark colors. See, like this is why I definitely want to work on his tail a bit, just because it's like I have an idea, I just haven't like drawn it out, so I don't know if like how good or bad that idea is, you know? There we go. There we go. I wonder if I use yellow for the base right now, if that would actually be better. Kind of just using this yellow as a guiding color, because I don't know how using a darker color is gonna work. So it's like, let me use yellow. Yellow will work decent with a darker color that I have in mind. So then it's all about like laying base coats and then layering on top of it. and then allowing that effect to kind of blend and create for you rather than like forcing something. You know, that's why sometimes I hesitate to just jump in with the black ink. It's because it's like, man, use black ink, you're committed. You know what I mean? You need a paint marker. You need paint to cover over. All right. Let's see if I could do something decent here. Yeah, I can't wait for the next page because then I get to like really work on tackling this guy as far as like the frills, the way his body kind of is amorphous because of the the whole underwater blubber nature, and then yeah, just really being able to give him a whole turnaround and okay. That's what that was. I was like, what am I drawing here? Because I was like, his body's going this way, so what's that stuff? I forgot I gave him some accessories. And see, man, this is where working on that Bayonetta study that I just spent like all that time on. This is where this starts to pay off. It's like working on these poses, trying to understand how to lay a character out and draw them at certain angles to cover certain areas of their body. Say I want to capture the back or want to capture the side or capture the front in order to capture specific items or specific, target specific parts of the body, but still do it in a way that looks natural. This is, there we go. Quick drop shadow. There we go. Yeah, that's the crazy part too. There's nothing about the front of them. So you see, using that old narwhal reference, he's kind of light on the underside. I don't have too many pictures of the underside. You can almost see it down here. You can almost see it down here. Like, you can kind of pick it out here, but, there's just not enough of it. So I'm drawing this guy, and I was like, oh, yeah, from behind, he's just, like, he's just dark, That's so crazy. I'm listening to the Andrew Huberman. I I think I've seen him kind of like blow up a lot and see him across all the podcasts that I watch and all that other stuff. But I didn't like watch them. And then I watched one of them like recently, and then I was just like, crap, this guy's actually pretty cool. Like, he actually has like some stuff to say. Like, you know, I'm still like figuring out who he is and what he does and everything like that. But I was like, and I'm watching him speak with Jocko Willink. It's crazy to listen to Jocko talk. You know what I mean? Like the way that he puts things into perspective. Not just being like the military leader, but just being a leader in general. His ability to be able to communicate it, and I'm applying what he's saying to not any sort of military experience, but to like my professional experience and times when I worked with teams and things like that. And it's just like, god damn, some people they're just smart. And they know how to communicate. It's inspirational, right? want to figure out the dot system too, because the way that the narwhal pattern works, it's it's like black, and then it gets like these Dalmatian spots, and then it till it turns to white. It's almost like a bit mapping. If you took like a gradient from black to white and then bit mapped it, you see it goes from solid black and breaks up, and then it turns into just squares or diamonds, whatever you have, whatever you have it set to, and then it goes to solid white. Like that whole gradation process, I believe they're called narwhals, something like that. They're pretty much like that. Oh yeah, let me get some. I could throw some pink in here actually. A little something to break up all this blue. Yeah, now whenever I work on these, it's a little bit different process. I'll start with the dark and then go light, just because I want the darks to be like in the background. That way I can lay the light layers just on top and not have to worry about like putting the dark color over a light color and then the dark color being too overpowering. It's a no bueno. No buenos. Just a little something, because I have barely thrown any clothes on this guy yet, so it's like you just want to break up these shapes a bit. Anytime you throw like these accessories on a character, they kind of serve like a secondary animation. Helps break up the silhouette a bit. I swear, man. Like you don't clean while you work. All this stuff just ends up everywhere. There. Yeah, I knew this color was gonna be dangerous to work with, just because I'm like, oh man, I could use this light blue in so many places. So it's like, how do I wanna apply it? Yeah, I think I'll just use this as a secondary color. Blue isn't the best choice for this right now, but whatever. You know, I'm gonna make it work. These frills spiking off of them, they're supposed to be like black, but I guess in like this sort of lit area it's like whatever. Ooh, maybe that's how I work the dots in. Maybe the dots are something I could work in like a scale pattern on them. So, you know, instead of making it random, making it like a bunch of little dots, like how it actually looks like on a narwhal. I was like, do I make big dots, little dots? Like, at the end of the day, I gotta draw this character over and over, draw it consistently. So you know, you don't want to just carelessly say like, yeah, he has a million dots. It's like, you know, probably want to figure that out a little bit better. That's what I'll be doing on the next page. And what time is it? Oh, it's going on 11. We got some time. I might start the next page. I might work on something digital. Ooh, I can finish the Doom piece finally. I mean, I don't think I really have much left to do with it. Oh yeah, I gotta fix up the top. That's what it is. And something that I'm thinking about, you know, the way that fish and sea life are colored, you know, they're darker on top, they're lighter on the bottom. The whole reason, at least, you know, I don't know if it's a theory or if it's like a proven fact, but I guess the way that fish vision works. Let me turn this over. I think the way that fish vision works is it like sees the flat tones, it doesn't see the shades. So when they look up and they see the white underbelly, they see the sunlight and they see the white underbelly. Where if we look up, we see, you know, even though it's the white underbelly, we see the shadow. So even though it's a white underbelly that we're looking at, we're still seeing like a dark silhouette. Where I guess a fish, most fish maybe, I don't know, maybe they got different eyes than us. They don't see the shadow, they don't see the shade, they'll just see the white tone with the white sunlight behind it. So, like, that's why fish are colored the way they are. Something that's interesting with what I'm working on right now, and thinking about colors, and these are the type of things you got to kind of figure out in these stages of doing concept design whenever you're working on a character. It's a question that you'll never think to ask if you were just taking the job right away. It's a question where you're like, wait a second, how do we do this? Think about it. If this guy's like torpedo, like flying through the water, kind of like how Aquaman and does it, how he like flies, but he's flying underwater. That's how he swims. They gave him like super swimming abilities. That's kind of like what he's doing here. You know, this is kind of like a you know, like he's shooting through, right? What are his feet doing when you're shooting through like that? Well, your feet, especially like since this guy's feet is like fins, you know what I mean? Like diving fins. His feet are, you know, the bottom of the foot is facing upwards. Would the bottom of his feet be light, like his underside color, or would the bottom of his feet be dark? Because if he's like a fish and he's swimming, and he's colored according to like that water nature stuff, and that's how the coat of his skin works, what color are the bottom of the feet? You know what I mean? Like, I'm thinking that they're dark, since they're going to be pointing upwards. And then that would kind of make that the underside of the foot, or the top of the foot. I can't even show you on camera, but the top of the foot would be lighter and would be the pink color. And is just that slight reversal of the coloring. That's something that I'll be able to detail in a more detailed drawing, like these down here. Like, see how these are a little bit more constructive? Yeah. So let's do that. Let's damn, I really want to draw his tail in, but I haven't even finished this. Let's keep working. See, now I could start layering the lighter color on top. You just gotta let the paint dry. Now you can start layering it, help break up that pattern a bit. Yeah, this character is starting to make a whole lot of sense to me now. This feels good.
We're gonna do what we started off with this whole stream.
9 years, man. I started this back in 2013 when my computer crashed. I'd be on 9 years, just about that time. Where the time goes, you know? There we go. Bubbles are always fun, right? A little bit of action. Yeah, I wonder. It wouldn't be the same question for the underside of the palms, would it? The underside of the palms would still be the lighter tone. While the back of the hand would still be the darker tone. It's just the feet that would be a little bit backwards. Kind of makes sense if he's walking on his toes, kind of like this way. If you know, this would all be the underside. This would all be light. That makes sense. Wow. See, and that's the cool stuff. Once I draw this guy's arm turnarounds and leg turnarounds, much like, you know, I kind of did the arms here when I was figuring it out. Now that it's figured out here, it'll help me with the legs. But yeah, just doing that. Being able to do that with the legs, maybe a couple more poses, but I can't wait to move on. I'll be moving on to characters that are going to be, that I'm working on my Patreon right now, that are like in the story. Some of the characters that are in the story that I'm working on are coming up in the whatchamacallit, in the concept design. Let's talk about it for a second. So back in my other sketchbook, there we go. I was looking for the map. So it's like I got this map that I worked on. The character that I'm working on, this fish guy, he's kind of like on this part of the map. You know what I mean? So it's like I got all this map and I've been slowly going through it, right? But yeah, the fish dude, he's like kind of around here. Some of the characters in the story that I'm writing on, and the really, really, really rough sketches that I'm posting on for my patrons, they're characters that are kind of like from around here. So it's like I'm going to be working my way up the page, so I'm going to be tackling them soon enough. And yeah, just super excited. I was thinking about that earlier today. I was like, wow, I'm working on a character who's in the beginning of the story, but in the concept art stage, like, this part of the world is so far away. And it's kind of like me giving you a little bit of the backstory of, like, you know, obviously in the beginning of the story, my character is running into someone from, who's like coming from there. Yeah, it's all exciting stuff, man. So let's do this. Let's do this. It's gonna have pink palms. Yeah.
I have to thank
Benny Hundo.
for doing composition and putting it together, as well as
Yo.
wait.
I ain't mad at that.
This one. And get this up and running.
Oh wow, he's gonna put up the shirt live.
First time we got going through Streamlabs, as well as the classic.
Yo, man, Max is a fucking. Yo, this dude.
We'll start off with just a shirt. See if I can make this as cheap.
Man said, "Yo, I'm put the shirt live on stream." I don't, I didn't even. I didn't even post my GIF online yet.
Sorry, hang on a second.
That's something I just need to do. Just do it on stream. Wow. This is what I mean, man. This is what I watch. This is what I watch people for, man. Cause I would be like, nah, you can't do that. Here come this man just doing it. 9 years streaming. I think he knows what he's doing. You know what I mean? There it is. I was like, this picture's got to start coming together at some point. I was like, or else I'm just messing up here.
Not messing up the scaling.
But yeah, I love it. I just did a random Dragon Ball Z blast. Like, it's not even. It's not even like something that this guy does. I just drew it. I mean, maybe he does shoot like yellow lasers. Oh my god. Like, I haven't even gotten to that point yet.
Where's that green one? There we go.
Oh man.
Maybe blue. Green. And I guess red. Might not be a terrible one.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. We're gonna finish up this page tonight, and then yeah, I'll start jumping on another page on another stream, because it definitely won't happen tonight. I'm just kind of cruising through here, but slow, you know.
Alright, chat. We're getting this going. Jeez. Yo, Bonman, thanks for the gifts up. AJ.
That's crazy, man. I feel like, I guess that's like a spot that you just have to earn. You know what I mean? To just be able to upload merch live on stream, get suggestions. Maybe just take them out altogether, right? Anyways, yeah, that's super dope that I have like a BRB screen that's a little less boring than, you know, me sticking a sticky note on the page. Even though I'm sure it's like, I always thought looking at the artwork would be dope, but
Pulling out a tissue. Now 17's one because we haven't gotten down to him yet. We're still figuring shit out.
so I want to draw a tail and I also want to draw a fin. Now the thing about those narwhals, the fin is like way back there, and I know on some other dolphins the fin is like way back there. Like they got their head, like some of them the fins are like up close to the head, but then other ones their fins are like way back. I'd like to apply like a way back fin on this guy, but also put his tail a little bit higher up since he has legs, you know what I mean? And even though his legs kind of have like the frills and the fin stuff on it, still want to give him like a tail fin, but he has. So I imagine it's gonna look something like. Oh yeah, I still have all these dots here to count the amount. So you see, he has to maintain his little water shape. And I want the tail to kind of hang off here. There we go. Yeah, see, kind of work on that silhouette just a little bit more. It's crazy how that looks. But now I also want to see it from like the front or from the back to see kind of like the three-prong look to it. It'll have like, you know, the fin down the middle and then the tails down the side, kind of laying on top of, you know, look like a fork or something, you know, something with three prongs. And see, now that I have that drawn here, I could just draw that here just that much easier. Like, oh yeah, it does this. Yeah. And see, you just got to draw something once, kind of get a good idea of it, and then boom, you could just want to draw it super fast. Now, how much of this do I even want to ink in? Because it's like I inked this in before, but I needed to. Now these, I could ink these. It's a little more clinical. There we go. Yeah, see, these are a little more clinical, where the ink is kind of serving more as just like a almost like a study or something, you know what I mean? Like something you see in like a doctor's book or something. People who study doctor stuff. There we go. Yeah, so basically this is the arm when it's open, and this is the arm when it's closed. And then same thing this side with this side. It's kind of like relaxed. And this one it's like wrapped around. Alright. See? Holy crap, we don't know what Gorlak looks like. Gorlak. Buff Shrek with an underbite. I could draw that. Try to throw something together real quick. Something I've been trying to figure out on stream is trying to do my digital stuff that I do just on like the Google app, on the markup stuff that I'm kind of posting the most on Instagram these days. Is yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to stream that. Still trying to figure that out. There was a way to do it, and it's like I've been super busy, but now that I'm caught up on everything, maybe that's something I'll do after tonight's stream. Is like look into that a little bit more. But yeah, because I'm still doing those things on the side, but it's like, man, if I could stream it, it'd be so much better. Because I'd just be sitting there doing it, and it's like I could just be kind of chilling with y'all right here, doing this, and then doing that. Anyways. How long have I been streaming? Oh, just 2 hours. 2 hours. I finished the page here. I got everything I needed. Like all this stuff is extra clinical. But yeah, I got the fin and tail in just like I wanted. Got all this stuff figured out. This stuff is looking decent. And yeah, I got a little fun Dragon Ball Z blast. This pose. You see how it's just like all dark. But yeah, it's a decent page for this guy. I mean, especially considering when I started a few streams ago with this drawing and not knowing what I was gonna be doing with this character. Yeah, just not knowing what I was gonna be doing with him, and to have this page finished. Every time I do this, it's a little daunting. It's a little scary because it's like. You never want to waste your time. I'm already taking on so much that it's like I get scared sometimes. Scared is a loose term, but like oh man, if this doesn't go well, what a waste. Not that it is a waste. It definitely isn't. It's that whole Benjamin Franklin or whoever figured out the light bulb, Thomas Edison. Somebody figured out the light bulb. They said I didn't fail 1,000 times. I just figured out 1,000 ways not to do it. So it's like taking that sort of mentality of like not wanting to waste time or waste, sketchbook page or anything like that. It's like, man, I hope this all works out. But yeah, I think this did. Started off with some illustrations, they got better, and then went into something a little more detailed. And yeah, in some of the next streams coming up, maybe the next one, maybe not, but I'll jump in on that and start the next page, and we'll get a little bit more details on his body, on his clothes. The seaweed cape with the cowl. I'm kind of feeling that. He has like this utility belt loincloth sort of situation because he has the tail You know what I mean? In that area, it's like, how would the clothes have to be fit and tied around them? Would he even be wearing them? You know, uh, but that's something that I think about with my characters is like, fashion and clothing. Just because they all come from different walks of life and they represent different status quotes from all those walks of life. So it's kind of important to kind of set a barometer. And yeah, man, this guy's a monster character, but he's also kind of an important character, something like a heel. And yeah, I think I really like his role, like where I fashioned him, where I fit him, and where he what he kind of does is so cool. Um, so yeah, I can kind of see this guy doing that. I just need to work on it a little bit more, and that's what I'll be doing. We got a GIF in, we got a couple of these drawings in. Spent a couple hours. I've been editing these videos. Oh, I didn't even talk about editing the videos. Oh my god. Yo, editing these videos takes so much energy. I make exercise videos on Instagram. I started doing that 6 days a week again. So now, like, I'm exercising. You could watch those. I know Twitch and exercise videos maybe don't really go hand in hand. The whole video game uh, lifestyle and the whole exercise fit lifestyle maybe don't go together like peanut butter and jelly. But um, they're lifestyles that I abide by, so they're lifestyles that I push out there. So yeah, I have like workout videos that I do. It's just to keep people inspired, especially if you're someone like me. I'm an artist who sits down and draws all day. Now that I have this desk set up the way that it is, I'm kind of on my feet the whole time, and I'm really enjoying it. I get to kind of just move and but yeah, I'm on my feet editing these videos, and it's so exhausting. It takes a tremendous amount of energy to edit these videos, and I'm still not even doing all that much with it. I'm just like everything else, got to do it bigger and better. But you know, I'm keeping it going, and I'm practicing, and I'm testing just as I go along. And yeah, so I'll chop this one up as well, and eventually release these on YouTube. Which reminds me, man, follow me on YouTube. The videos now, they're gonna be edited moving forward, so please subscribe to that. The bell notification if you want and all that. My goal is to not just take these live streams and repost them like I've been doing. The goal is to edit them in a way so that way I don't have to worry about copyright infringements. I'm looking into audio and all this other stuff. I'm thinking about voiceover stuff, things like that. But it's all in the works. It's all in the works. So it's but yeah, definitely check those out, because my goal with those is to condense the videos as much as I can. Sometimes I'll have a whole stream that's like 2 hours long, and I could only condense it down to 1 hour because I worked on one thing. But let's say I work on 3 things within 2 hours. It's like 45 minutes per video, let's say, and then I get to condense those down, and now those are like 20-minute videos. And now it's like I could have 3 20-minute videos representing a single one of my streams, but it's edited in a way that's hopefully entertaining or or something like that. I'm really excited about this next chapter that I'm kind of moving into. Like I said, it's exciting. It's scary. It's a lot of work, and it's a tremendous amount of energy. I was eating earlier today. I actually got to go eat now. And while I was eating, I was just like thinking about how is like people being fitness or being in shape, or do you even lift, bro, and all that stuff. And I was just like, man, are you in video editing shape? Are you in video editing shape? Like, holy shit. Video editing just takes a whole nother level of energy, and it's just a muscle that I'm gonna have to exercise. But yeah, it's super excited working on this stuff, because it's everything that I wanted to do, or that I was doing back in 2012. 2013, my computer crashed when I was in the middle of working on my second demo reel, working on a Conan animation. I still, at this moment, I still couldn't even just pick that back up and start working on that again because everything has changed so much as far as like me personally in the past 10 years. But also, like, I don't even have Toon Boom still. Like I have some animation software programs. I'm gonna have to look into those because I'm not familiar with them. Uh, so I'm gonna check those out, and I might be able to make animations. Like right now, I just make animated GIFs, like the ones that I made on this video earlier. But I want to push that and make like actual animations, make little clips and things like that. And eventually, what that'll lead up to is if I can get a little bit of practice in with that while I'm working on the story panels and everything like that, start getting you start seeing like what I'm talking about with me working on these panels directorially and while I'm practicing with this animation software. By the time I'm ready to start working on the two, and we're talking years from now, but still, by the time I'm ready to start working on the two and they just two become one, this is the type of stuff I'm trying to stream, trying to get to y'all, trying to like everything I've been trying to work on, things that I was trying to do like 10 years ago. I'm back to like doing it now. I'm excited. I need to get in video editing shape. So I got like a couple more videos to edit. I'll probably break this one down. Maybe not tonight because I'm adjusting my schedule a bit so that way I'm not like up at crazy hours anymore. So we'll see. We'll see how all this goes. Other than that, man, I'm GMrDrew at GMrDrew on all socials. Follow, like, and subscribe. Any and all support is appreciated. This is the Andrew Gloszewski Experience, episode 446. WhaleShark Part 4. Working on this character. Let's get one last look. One last look at this character. Hell yeah. So yeah, next time we revisit this sketchbook and I start working on the watercolors again, well, who knows if I even work on it on the sketchbook. Maybe I go back to the regular sketchbook, and now that I have the character pretty much established and I got some decent watercolors for him, like I have many more pages of this one that I can work with and not so many with the watercolors. So maybe I don't dedicate so many pages to just like this character for now, so that way I at least like bounce back and forth between the mediums and the styles and everything like that. Cause yeah, I haven't really jumped on this book in a minute, since I worked on the off top and plop t-shirt designs, which I still haven't finalized yet. See, I gotta catch. I've been catching up on a whole lot of things. Even though I set the merch stores on sale, I haven't put up the new items yet. So I got to work on the new merch items. Hopefully that's something I can stream, just like he was doing. But it's like, just doing it in a way where I'm not like giving away all my information. But I don't mind showing people stuff like that because that's kind of the world where I come from. I want, like I always wanted to create stuff, and I like to create things for other creators who also like to create stuff and who are just looking for the initiative, I guess. Anyways, yeah, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll just pick up with that character, and I left off with the last character on this page up here. I did a few things, but I could pick right back up and continue working on it. Remember these? Some of the best stuff I worked on, man. Look at that, no watercolors. That's all just brush ink and paint markers. See how the style is so much sharper and less like blended. It's like that's the type of stuff I was working on. This, you can see I was like trying to work with the blending here a lot more. A little unsuccessful, whatever, but yeah, and then I jumped into the watercolors and it's all working great. Anyways, man, I'm GMrDrew at GMrDrew on all socials, GMrDrew.Art. check out my website. Links in bio, links to everywhere through there. Starting up an OnlyFans, so I'm gonna be putting up, obviously nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna be putting up more mature stuff on there. If that's kind of like something you're looking forward to, probably not, but that's gonna be live soon. And then but outside of that, links to everything else, check those out, man. And I want to thank y'all for watching. Love y'all.